Good evening. Welcome to the Board of Selectmen and Planning Board, Monday, March 9th, 2026. Chairman's note, this meeting is being recorded. Without objection, the Chair of the Board of Selectmen will facilitate item 2 on the agenda with the understanding that the Planning Board Chair will chair the Planning Board concurrently, including any allowable discussions, questions, business, or motions requested or required under item 2. Pledge of allegiance, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ask the Planning Board to come up, please.
Number 3.
Mr. Chairman, did you say we're being recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You want to open, they have to open the meeting, right?
Yeah.
Just open the meeting. Is that it? That's all I gotta do, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Call this meeting to order.
Open the meeting.
We got Guy Horn, president, Tom Shinaki, president, and Dave Durgan, chairman. You want us to take a vote and then you guys vote, or do you want, it's up to you.
If you want, I think they would go first, right?
Yeah, roll call vote too, please.
Okay.
So someone wanna make a vote for appointing Dan Edmiston?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we appoint Dan Edmiston to fill the vacancy on the planning board until June 15th, 2026.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Roll call vote.
Guy Horn, aye.
Tom Shinaki, aye.
Dave Durgan, aye.
What's the board's pleasure?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Dan Edmiston to fill the vacancy on the planning board, term to expire June 15th, 2026.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just want to say welcome back to Mr. Edmondson. He was on the board in the past. Welcome back.
Thank you, Dan. You wanna come up and say something?
Oh, let's vote.
Oh, yeah, let's do a vote first. Roll call vote.
Kerry Siganovich,
Stephen Sullivan, aye.
Chris Dachesky, aye.
Jay Johnson, aye. All right, official.
Welcome, Dan.
Dan, you want to come up, or?
He's shaking his head no.
You gotta adjourn, stop. We have to adjourn our meeting, right?
Sign in.
No, just,
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we adjourn our meeting.
Second.
all in favor? Roll call vote.
Guy Horn, aye.
Tom Shinaki, aye.
Dave Durgan, aye. The end.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we come back to this one.
Thank you, Robin.
There was 2 agendas. That was the specific one, I said. Mr. Chair, she's just calling Mike.
Do they have to vote to allow it?
I think they just have to identify you, or you can identify as on the phone.
Hi. If you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Hey Mike, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Great.
I am on back road, so I may lose you.
Okay.
That's awesome. Good for him.
All right, have I opened the next meeting?
They used to have like technical.
Yeah, we can start it first. Right? All right, good evening again, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Selectmen and the Finance Appropriation and Advisory Committee meeting, Monday, March 9th, 2026. Chairman's note, this meeting is being recorded. Without objection, the Chair of the Board of Selectmen will facilitate item 7 on the agenda with the understanding that the FAA Chair will chair the FA committee concurrently, including any allowable discussions, questions, business, or motions, requested or required under item 7. And I believe Mr. Mayor is on the phone.
Correct.
All right. First item, call the order, Pledge of Allegiance. Or do we say we already covered that?
Without objection, we'll consider that completed.
2 is better than 1, okay.
Yep.
All right, we accomplished that today already. Item 2, approval of minutes. 226, the executive minutes.
That wasn't there, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Ruda, can we release that?
Yes. Yeah, matter is resolved.
I make a motion that we approve the executive session minutes of February 26th, 2026.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Extension.
Abstention, 301. All right, next, citizens' comments. Anyone have anything that's, doesn't require a vote of the Board of Selectmen or will be talked about in the current agenda? Seeing none, move on to the next. Public hearing, vote by mail. Town clerk, give us a recommendation on vote by mail. Going to open the public hearing at 6:39 p.m. Thank you.
Good evening. When I was before the Board of Selectmen, I think it was February 9th, to request that the board consider opting out of the vote by mail for the June 15th, 2026 election. You wanted us to have a Board of Registrars meeting first to vote on the early voting. We had that this evening, and that's what I just gave you, was the results of that. It was voted unanimously to offer, to recommend the Board of Selectmen offer early voting. So it would be 3 days. Due to the state requirements, we have to stop early voting so far in advance of the election. So they voted to recommend that you offer it on Monday, June 8th from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., Tuesday, June 9th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Wednesday, June 10th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. That was voted unanimously.
Any questions from the board? Town administrator, any questions?
That's good.
Sounds good. Any questions from anyone else? Hearing none. Close the hearing.
Thank you.
Going to close the hearing at 6:40 p.m. What's the board's pleasure?
Mr. Chairman, make a motion to grant the schedule presented by the town clerk for the early voting for the June, was it 15th? What's the date, Chris? June 12th? 15th?
June 15th.
June 15th, 2026 election.
Second.
Discussion?
Do we need the actual dates and times listed in the motion, or does that suffice?
I think also, I gotta get this out of my head first in order to answer your question. I think we have to opt out. Is that what she's specifically asking us to do? And it was based on the board getting further information from the Board of Registrars as to whether or not they wanted to do early voting. They voted. They presented the timeline. And based on that, the board was going to make their decision to vote on opting out of voting by mail. Do I have that right, Laurie?
Yes, you
Okay.
So with the seconds,
So we need two.
two votes, we just add the,
Well, the two aren't tied together, so we can do this one first
could
and
do
then the
two.
other one
That's
next.
fine.
all right, so back up, start over, we'll grant the town clerk's request not to have mail, vote by mail.
Second.
Universal vote by mail, instead of
Aye.
vote by mail. Is that a good word, Laurie, universal mail?
Absentee ballot.
We're not gonna do universal vote by mail, but there's still absentee ballots allowed.
Right, we would have in-person early voting if you so vote tonight, and then absentee, in-person, and early voting.
Right, so no universal vote by mail, but absentees obviously still allowed.
And early voting, or you want to do
Make
that
it all
two
one.
separate?
Leave it all one. And based on the early voting schedule provided by the clerk.
Did that change?
That'll work.
Good.
Roll it all in one. Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Thanks,
Thank
Laurie.
you. All right, next, licenses, permits, change of officer director, Polish National Alliance of Dudley, Felicia Harney, Board of Selectmen, to review the change.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So I've been I've been involved with the P&A for 12 years. So I've been through this before. I got off for 2 years and now I'm back, got reelected to go back in, so I just need your approval, please.
Any questions from the board? What's the board's pleasure?
Chair, grant a request for Felicia Harney to listed as a charge of a change officer, but director of the Polish National Alliance, West Main Street, Dudley, Mass.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you. Next, public business, permission to hold rabies clinic.
Hi, Dr. Anna Durgan. I'm part of the Board of Health, so I wanted to get permission to hold a rabies clinic in kind of downstairs area of the town hall. So I work for Banfield, we're a pet hospital, preventative medicine primarily, so they have pretty much, gave us all the vaccines that we need. They'll have a flyer made up. I have multiple technicians that are willing to volunteer their time. I have another doctor that's also willing to volunteer his time. I have other staff members that will volunteer their time too. So it should, we just need kind of the downstairs. I'm pretty much gonna need 2 tables, one to do the paperwork and then to come to me where I actually give the vaccine and then out they go. So the downstairs will actually be really good because there's two separate doors for it. I just need permission from you guys to do this. Right now, they're giving me about 100 vaccines, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Next year, hopefully, we can expand and offer more services, but this will be kind of a trial run to see, how many people we get, if we need more things. So I think it'll be a really good thing for the town, and it'll just help people out, because I know financially everyone's struggling right now.
It's something that's happened in the past and was always needed, right? Because someone can afford to do it and it's required, right?
Yeah, and rabies is a big thing.
Any questions from the board?
2 questions. Is there a cost associated with it, or is it free?
As of right now, my company is giving all the vaccines to us for free, so I wasn't planning on charging anything. Most of my staff members are volunteering their time, so I wasn't planning on it. That's okay.
Yeah, free works for me.
I like free too.
And Mr. Chair and board members, if I could just ask that Dr. Durgan share that with the town clerk, because she takes care of the rabies vaccination.
Yep, I've already
tags
spoken
and-
with them.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Nope. What's the board's pleasure?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Anna Durgan to hold a rabies clinic on Saturday, April 11th, 2026, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the town hall lobby.
Second, with a comment, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I want to thank Dr. Durgan, and could we have on town administrator on Town of Dudley's behalf, on our behalf, send a letter to her employer who's donating the vaccines,
Good call.
thanking the staff that's going to be volunteering to help.
Yeah, my staff's excited. We're all excited to do it.
All right, so any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think you're staying for
You
the
can
next
just stay.
one? All right.
Yeah.
Permission to hold Earth Day, Board of Health, Saturday, April 18th, 2026, with a rain date is Saturday, April 25th, 2026, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Dudley Highway Garage.
Yep, so the Board of Health holds it every year, so we usually have, supplies so everybody can go pick up trash and so forth, and then they'll come, they'll bring it to us, or we have somebody that will go and pick it up. So it's a good thing for the community. We help clean up a lot of trash along, the sides of the roads and so forth, so would like to do it again. It's fun to do.
Awesome. Any questions on that? Hearing none. What's the board's pleasure?
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we grant the Board of Health permission to hold Earth Day, Saturday, April 18th, 2026, with a rain date of Saturday, April 25th, 2026, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Dudley Highway Garage, 7 Indian Road.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none.
Just, Mr. Chairman, just want to make sure that we're coordinating with the highway superintendent and, based on that last vote, if you could provide that information to Amanda of the people donating, we can make sure we send out a letter. I just don't have the
Thank you
info on it.
also.
Okay, yeah, we can get you that for sure.
Right, thank you.
Sorry, I should have said that one too.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you.
Good luck again.
Thank you.
All right, next up, toll booth request, Saturday, May 30th, 2026. Our rain date is Saturday, June 6th, 2026, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the area of 3 West Main Street. Sean Bowes, Hand Mass Challenge. It must be that time of year.
It must be that time of year. Good evening. How you doing?
How are you?
Requesting, obviously, for another toll booth. It's been amazing working with the town, and the townspeople have been extremely supportive of everything myself and my family have been doing for the last 12 years with you guys. So this will be our 15th year doing it total. So we're off to another good start this year. So really looking forward to the ride, and I appreciate the time.
Any tough questions for Mr. Bowes?
How many family members riding this time?
This year it'll be myself, Bailey, Riley on the main ride, and then this fall we'll be trying the first, they have what they call an unpaved. So myself and Brooke is back from California, so we're going to do that one in September. So we'll do 2 rides this year.
Awesome.
Good.
That's great.
Awesome. Any other questions? What's the board's pleasure?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant permission for the toll booth to happen on Saturday, May 30th, 2026, with a rain date of Saturday, June 6th, 2026, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the area of 3 West Main Street for Sean Bowes for the Pan Mass Challenge.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Good luck,
Wish you
Sean.
a speedy recovery there, Mr. Bowes.
Yeah, what's up with that?
New thumb.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Take care.
You can hitchhike now.
Yeah. People do that anymore?
Okay, what's next?
Not
Toll
advised, that's for sure.
toll booth request. Saturday, April 18th, 2026, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the area of 3 West Main Street. Dan Colella, Dudley Little League President.
Hi, I'm Danielle Colella, Dudley Little League Secretary, and this is, go ahead.
Dawson Colella.
Dawson Colella, one of our league players. We are actively preparing for our 2026 season for Dudley Little League, and I am here tonight, or we are here tonight, to request your approval to hold our toll booth on Saturday, April 18th from 9 to 12 in the area of 3 West Main Street, as well as our parade. We have already contacted the police chief as well as the fire chief about both things that I'm here to ask approval for tonight, and that has been cleared with both of them as well, just so you're aware, in case you do approve.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. I forgot to ask for the last one, too. Thumbs up for that one, too? All right, thank you.
So, Mr. Chair, does the Little League want a rain date, or you guys rain or shine?
Oh, I'm sorry. On that, because I know that you guys are specific on what weekends it can be held, I don't have a rain date for that at this time.
Mr. Chair, Olivia, is anybody meeting, using it on the 25th or the 11th, how we know? I want to just follow up with them.
I would have to double check.
Okay. Yeah, you can just double check with the office during the week if you want to just do a rain date. We can
Okay, great.
amend
Thank
it.
you so much. Sorry about that.
All right, any questions? Any motions?
Mr. Chair, grant the request of Dudley Little League to hold their toll booth Saturday, April 18th, 2026, 9 to 12 in the area of 3 West Main Street.
Second.
Got a second? Any discussion? Hearing none? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstain?
No, I mean, I said aye. Sorry, didn't, aye.
4-0. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. And then for the next one.
For the next one, we are here to seek approval to hold our Dudley Little League Parade on Saturday, May 2nd, with a rain date of Saturday, May 9th. We would start at the Town Hall at 12 and kick off from there, and our players would walk to the Dudley Little League fields. Again, we've already reached out to the fire chief and the police chief regarding that.
That's good. Oh, I got another thumbs up. Okay, we're good. All right. Any questions on the parade?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to give the Dudley Little League permission to have their parade Saturday, May 2nd, with a rain date of Saturday, May 9th, beginning at the Town Hall at 12 p.m.
Second.
Any discussion? Not all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
See you there. All right, what's next? Permission to hold ribbon cutting for Fun Zone Playground, Recreation Commission. Wednesday, June 17th, 2026, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Dudley Town Hall. Rain date, construction delay, July 8th or 9th, 2026.
Hi, I'm Alicia Figueredo. I'm the chair of the Recreation Commission. This is Chris Lewis. He is the co-chair. So yeah, we are asking for permission to hold the ribbon cutting for the Fun Zone Playground on June 17th from 5 to 7. Just because we're unsure of construction due to the weather, we're gonna make a rain date for July 8th or 9th. And we're hoping to make this ribbon cutting more of a family-friendly event where kids can come, and hopefully we'll just open the playground that day, and that'll be the first time they'll be able to go onto the playground. Obviously, if everything's ready before then we will change our plan for that. Yeah, that's about it.
Do you need the fire chief to test out the equipment first? Or
Yeah, sure.
Any questions from the board?
I just one for the administrator, Mr. Chair. I haven't looked recently. Are they still YouTubing the progress with the drones? People at home can want to look at the groundbreaking.
When we resume progress, we'll try to do that again. We lost our drone operator recently.
Right. But there is some out there now.
Yeah.
From before. Yeah. So if
It
people
sure
at home
is.
want to look at the YouTube, you can see the groundbreaking up until this past fall progress.
A little snowy for progress.
Yeah.
Right? Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant permission to the Recreation Commission to hold a ribbon cutting for the Fun Zone Playground Wednesday, June 17th, 2026, from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Dudley Town Hall. Rain date / construction delay, July 8th or 9th, time to be determined.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much.
There's 2 more.
A few more.
All right, so
Stick around.
I'll stick around, huh? Permission to hold annual townwide yard sale by the Recreation Committee. Saturday, June 20th, 2026, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Dudley Town Hall.
So this will be our third townwide yard sale. So we're hoping to do it the same time as we did last year, which was 8 to 2. We started selling maps at 7 a.m. and I believe we went till 11 a.m. We had about 10 groups of people out here at the town hall, and then the rest of the yard sales were at people's homes. So we'll do something similar. Last year we had 40 homes participate and about 100 people purchase maps. So yeah, Saturday, June 20th from 8 to 2.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the Recreation Commission permission to hold the annual townwide yard sale Saturday, June 20th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Dudley Town Hall.
Second.
Discussion? How does someone get their place on the map?
So we'll be sending out more information about that in April. They'll be able to sign up. I believe last time we did it online, or they can just come to the town hall and register their house, or they can go out on the town hall if they just want to do like a small table.
Just wanted whoever was watching,
Yes.
an hour later, might be a question they'd ask.
I know, there'll be
Save-
more
save them a phone
information.
call.
Exactly.
And that's no fee at the town hall, right? They can just
Yeah,
stop and...
it's no fee.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. Unanimous, thank you. One more.
Yep.
Permission to hold annual youth bike rodeo recreation community Thursday, June 25th, 2026 from 5 to 7 p.m. at Dudley Town Hall.
Okay, yes, so we will usually hold the bike rodeo up near where the playground is being constructed right now. We have several booths, so we typically have a hand signal booth where children can learn the bike signals. We have Gentex come and give out sunglasses, and then we have bike helmets from Boston Children's Hospital, along with certificates for completing the course and a bike course that's for different age groups. So we'll do something similar to what we've done in years past, and we found that Thursday night at the end of June works the best for everyone. And this year, hopefully the playground will be open as well, so should be pretty good with attendance.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the Recreation Commission permission to hold the annual youth bike rodeo Thursday, June 25th, 2026 from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Dudley Town Hall.
Second with a question.
Sullivan?
So this is the one you folks coordinate with the Board of Health, right? They do helmet fittings and helmet giveaways for kids that need them.
Yeah, this event was under the Board of Health, but moved to the Recreation Commission last year. So we do give out helmets still, though.
Great, okay. Thank you.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Next, CDBG project presentation, Town Beach Architectural Barrier Removal. Review design plans.
I'm going to attempt to make this work. That is definitely not it.
Oh.
That's better.
Bill, how's life?
Let's do it this way.
I think we're back to the rabies clinic.
Yeah, you have to go a couple of days with those people. Right here.
Mic dropped out by mistake.
So he says.
Want to wait till we need him?
We'll wait long enough, you can get, okay.
Yeah. Please, wait.
So,
Hello?
trying to do?
Yeah, but I'm
Great.
trying to now figure out the audio. Because they can't hear us. I don't think they can hear us.
Right there, no?
Can you guys hear us?
Give him some volume.
The other box?
Is he muted on his pad over there?
I don't think so.
We cannot hear the room.
Is it on this computer?
Sort of. It's on the little pad that runs the Zoom stuff. If you wanna take a look.
Thanks, Mike.
So it's on that pad.
Dang it.
No one wants to sign anything.
Town Beach Architectural Gallery. Make sure we preserve the coral reef. Coral reef. I sliced my foot open during, what lessons now? Gym teacher checked me out, okay, 4 or 5, jumping off the dock. Might have been a pull tab from a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Conservation planning clerk. Oh, down the bottom, okay.
Lifeguard on the weekends, and I would go down there on Mondays. I'd have to drag the lifeguard chair out of the water because the kids would always throw it in there on Saturday or Sunday night.
Well, evidently it got worse up until we started having a lifeguard. It got pretty hairy.
We're gonna have to table this for the next meeting.
Okay. All right, we're going to table this to the next meeting and correct the technological issues. Next, the discussion about renewal of the Charter Spectrum license. Is anyone here for that?
No, Mr., sorry, triple multitasking here. This is a annual, the renewal of our Spectrum contract. There's been no changes to that contract, and I've recommended the Board of Selectmen take no action to raise the fee collected off of subscriptions.
Any questions on that?
We don't have any options, do we?
We could raise it. Well, so just so everyone knows, these are based on subscriptions for cable TV. It doesn't include Wi-Fi, internet, anything like that. Our only options are to, Charter has kind of shifted it so that it's no longer a charter fee. It's switched back to the municipality to make the decision about raising fees on customers. So I think we leave it exactly the way it is. And it's based on subscriptions, and the number of subscriptions is declining. So I think we avoid trying to recoup any of those royalties by raising fees, and we leave it at the current fee.
Well, through the chair, I guess I should have been more specific with my question. We don't have a choice as far as provider is what I mean.
Oh, and we don't at this point, Mr. Signowich, because there's no FiOS available. There are no other cable TV providers available. There are cellular options. There's DirecTV, but there's not something that the town can adopt as the town.
This is it for cable.
This is it for cable.
I just want to ask that question, just in case someone at home watching was wondering, well, geez, why are they just renewing this? So we don't have an option. I just wanted to clarify that no option.
There are no options available. There's no FiOS for us to switch to FiOS, and this is, I believe, regulated by the Department of Public Utilities. And the last time we tried to be competitive, the loser, because of our small market, the loser ended up having to take Dudley subscribers because there's no money to be made because the number of subscriptions are so low. There was actually a back and forth about who would have to take Dudley versus who wanted to pick up Dudley. So it's not competitive at all. This is it for cable TV.
Thank you.
Is it the same thing for internet?
For internet?
Yeah, this is the only game in town. So
There are other options. I'll talk to you after but I have something different. You know, there are cellular options available.
But I guess to Brian's point is the only provider that's run cable in town and the only option for cable, which most of us have internet, is Charter.
Is Charter.
But we only get a fee back on TV cable subscriptions, not the internet, which is 90% of it.
Okay.
So it's a declining revenue stream.
I mean, they were pretty frank when we had a discussion with them, and their subscription base is being lost to streaming.
Yeah.
So,
Which they're providing, but not, that's not part of the contract.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification.
What's the board's pleasure?
A great reluctance, because we have not got good service through the years from Spectrum. Approve the license renewal for Charter Spectrum.
Second.
No term on the agenda, I don't know if it's 1 year or 2 year.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you. On to the budget. How do you want to start, Mr. Town Administrator?
I believe Bay Path is here to begin speaking about their budget request, and of course, thank you for coming. We appreciate you making the effort to come this year, and as you have in the past few years. We generally, Mr. Chairman, we go through, we listen to the budget request. If there are any questions of the FAA or the Board of Selectmen, now's a great time to ask it. And we're doing the same similar format tonight that we've done in the past, where we just hear the raw budget requests before, and then when that's all done, when we've heard them all, then we'll go through and make my recommendations and have a little bit more back and forth.
Okay.
We good?
Why don't you introduce
It's all yours.
Excellent, yes. So, good evening. My name is Kyle Brenner. I'm the proud superintendent of Bay Path Regional Vocational Technical High School, and I have our business manager, Miss Cindy Schofield, here tonight as well to help me if I need. So I just want to thank you for this opportunity. I just want to highlight Bay Path's core values. We spent a lot of work on this, and we put this throughout this year. We own it. We strive for excellence in everything that we do. We have an attitude of gratitude. Part of that gratitude is the budgets and the money that you give to us and entrust to us, as well as the students that you send our way. We're very much appreciative for that. We act with integrity in all that we do, and we are kind. So this slide is our basic statement of assessments. If you look at the top, our operational budget, Chapter 70 this year is $14,902,363. Our school choice assessment will be, we anticipate, $350,000 $1,533, and our assessment for the minimum contributions from our 10 communities is $12,459,053. We have no assessment above the minimum. We look to put into our operational budget $150,000 from our fiscal 27 interest earnings. So that's relatively new. I think this is the second year in a row we've put interest back in to help out with our operational costs. And again, this year, as we do every year, from our E&D excess and deficiency, we propose $75,000 OPEB transfer. So our total operational budget is $27,235,883. Next up is our transportation budget. So our transportation budget total for next year, FY27, is $2,169,008. We'll be reimbursed from the state, Chapter 71, $1,621,678. That's roughly 75%. There was talk earlier, as we all know, that should be funded at 100%. We've never made it there. There was talk earlier this year, as we were doing our preliminary budget, that it was 85%, and they've reduced that down. I do want to say that this is the governor's budget, and it's subject to change as the budget makes its way through the House and the Senate as well. We're hoping we'll see that go up. The assessment to the town based on 75% is $447,331. And we got to that point because, again, we have the transportation reimbursement account, and we're throwing $100,000 in there as well to reduce that to our 10 towns. Our debt service is $870,000 for the principal and $680,428 for the interest, for a total of $1,550,428. We have no capital and no sewer betterment fee, and that brings our total budget for assessments to $30,955,319. Again, our school choice, we add that back in, $350,533, and our total operating budget with school choice is $31,305,852. Next slide. So we show the impact on Baypath FY27 over FY26. So you can see that our Chapter 70 went up $336,557. The minimum contribution from our 10 towns has gone up $845,258 for a total increase of $1,181,815 on our net school spending. So the next slide. So the financial information. So although the assessments are at the minimum, it's important to note the required minimum contributions that each town must contribute have increased collectively by $845,258. Our member town's transportation assessment has decreased by $52,670 due to an increase in regional transportation reimbursement funds and the district's allocation of $100,000 from the transportation reimbursement funds to offset that increase. Next slide. So our total Chapter 70, as I said, is $14.9 million. Our school's choice assessment, again, is $350,533, and our Chapter 71 busing aid is $1.6 million. Again, we're using $75,000 from E&D, and we're contributing $150,000 from the interest earnings to the operational budget. So how does that impact our school? This year, to keep our budget, initial projection of our budget level funded was $1.6 million over. Last year, the governor's budget didn't come in to that level. We were still shy about $1 million. So we worked across all departments, and we did a qualitative and equitable review of the budget and staffing patterns in order to maintain student services at their level and maintain minimum local contributions to all our towns. So again, we're not asking for anything above minimum assessment. The biggest impact on ours, as I'm sure most of you know, has been our health insurance. Extremely volatile. It was increased an additional 20% last year. We're at a insurance group, as you are too, the same group. So you know this story. We started with an 18%. budgeted, and before the first month of the new fiscal year started, we were hit with a 20% increase. That impact to Bay Path was just over $750,000. We'll carry that impact into next year, as well as what you know to be a 13% increase on that. We're anticipating another double-digit increase, which we had on that. The next impacts, we're going to continue to use our SOA funds to provide the professional development to all our staff around the programs for social emotional issues with our students. We're going to provide the programs and the speakers to the students to address the issues such as bullying, bias, mental health, and more. And we've also included in this budget increase a percentage for our contractual wage increases. We're currently negotiating for collective bargaining agreements. That's our teachers union, our paraprofessionals union, our custodial union, and our secretaries association. So the freshman seat allocation for our 10 towns is based on the school-age children population of each one of our 10 towns. You can see that in the second column, actually, the towns in the first. So there's a total of 16,485 students in our 10 towns. Then we take the individuals and we calculate the ratio. That ratio is used and multiplied by the 330 seats we have available to incoming freshmen. And you can see our 10 towns, and Dudley has 33 seats available. And just a side note on that, we just held our first annual admissions lottery. As you know, the state mandated that all regional vocational schools accept students via a lottery. That was held Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. And that's online if anybody cares to watch that process. Our foundation enrollment is a total of students for each one of our 10 towns. You can see the FY26 compared to the FY27 and the comparisons there, and you can see that Dudley stays at 119 total enrolled, so no increase or percentage change there. Interestingly, across the state, there are 29,000 less school-aged children, so we feel the pain that each one of our towns is feeling on those. Our statement of assessments, you can see all our 10 towns. The minimum contribution assessment above minimum is 0, foundation enrollment, and the ratio that for each one of our 10 towns, and you can just look across. So the minimum contribution for Dudley is $1,022,020. Foundation enrollments hold steady at 119, which is 9.62%. And transportation assessment is $43,033. The capital population for Dudley is 1,625, which is a 9.86%. Multiply that by our debt service. Dudley's share there is $152,833 for a total assessment of $1,217,886. The next slide breaks that out so you can see it, and you can see a comparison of FY27 and FY26. So the minimum contribution for Dudley has gone up $96,630, or a 10.44% increase. Again, no assessment above the minimum. You can see that transportation went down $5,106. Debt service has gone down $569. And the total assessment increase is $90,955, or 8.07%. And we thank you for your continued support, and we're available to answer any questions.
How did you want to handle the questions?
Usually we start with the Board of Selectmen and interact with the FAA if they have any questions about the numbers. And I will mention, Mr. Chair, that we had students and teachers from Bay Path here today taking a look at specifically the senior center. You recall that I mentioned that Representative Marcy was able to get us an earmark to finish up the work down there in the new kitchen, and Bay Path has offered very kindly to come in and use it as a teachable experience for their students, so we'll basically hopefully just be paying for the cost of materials for that. While they were here, I believe Olivia also had them take a look at our board tables This is a transplant from the old town hall, so give them a little creative license to see what they could come up with in designing a new board table.
The Smithsonian wants it, so be careful.
So we appreciate that and that cooperative relationship with the vocational school.
Let's start with Board of Selectmen. Any questions?
So I just want to say, Mr. Chair, I appreciate Bay Path, all my years on the board. They usually present us a pretty solid budget. You guys always historically live within your means. As you said, the insurance is everybody's problem right now. And they do amazing work with minimum contributions from all their towns. So you spoke about the lottery. Can you just speak maybe on Dudley's, or maybe even a total? How many, like if you had 1,000 people for the lottery, you only could take 900. Could you give us a percentage of how many students actually got accepted?
So on average, we have close to 700 applicants, and we can only take 330. So twice as much. The state, this has gone on, the dialogue around admissions has gone on for over 10 years. The state mandated this year that all vocational schools accept their students through a random lottery. We are allowed a little leeway in that to assign a weighted lottery. So the school committee chose to allow 3 tickets per applicant. So any student who applies and completes the application gets a ticket. And it's just simply filling out the form. It's an online system. It's available in over 100 different languages. So you can take it online, fill it out, hit submit. Once that's completed, you get 1 ticket. Attendance, you can earn another ticket. So if you have less than 27 unexcused absences in a 270-day period, you get a second ticket. So that's 10%. I will say on average, 98% of the students will get that second ticket. And the third weight we assigned was for discipline. Every middle school student, 8th grade, who has not been adjudicated of a felony crime on school grounds gets a ticket. So
100%.
it's 100%. Because if they are 8th grader, they're a minor, and we would never know if it was adjudicated because it's a sealed bid. So why do we do that? We feel throughout this dialogue, I'll call it, on the admissions, we feel, and we've heard from every one of our industry advisors, the number one most important thing for their employees is reliability. They show up, so they're there. The state pays on average $4,000 to $5,000 additional for vocational education per student. That's due to the smaller class sizes in the shop to ensure we have a 10-to-1 ratio in, some of the inherently dangerous shops, welding, advanced manufacturing, as well as the material costs that go into everything. Everything we use, all the material we use, you can't stretch the board and go back. So all of those costs add up. So we feel that in order to truly benefit from that, you need to be there. And discipline is, I talked about inherently dangerous shops. Every time we talk about safety, I knock on wood. We give the students tools that can maim them or others around them, kill them, or cause serious damage. So we need to ensure that they're on task, that they're focused and they're concentrated on that. By removing that, that takes what we know coming in the door, and we pay particularly closer attention coming in. I'll dispel the rumor that we cream the crop, and we can argue, and a lot will argue back and forth because we did look at grades, but we mirror the demographics of our 10 towns collectively. Individually by town, maybe not, but collectively we mirror the demographics. That's in all categories. So we have 14% special education. We are a Title I school, so high needs students we have across the board. We give the lottery and we talk about attendance and we talk about discipline to set the stage that every student comes in values that. They know that Bay Path values that along with our other core values. We own it. We own why we're there or we're not there. We strive for excellence. We try to show up every day. We act with integrity. We're expected to be on task. We will be on task. We have an appreciation. So again, that appreciation is, we know $30 million is a lot invested. What we instill in our students is to pay it back. Cherish the opportunity that you have to be your best, earn the skills, whatever trade you want to go into, and pay it back. Contributing members, we are measured every year because of Perkins on student success. So a successful placement for a vocational student is they're going on to higher education in their field, they're joining one of our outstanding military units, or they're going right out into the world of work. So I'm proud to say that over 90%, we have a 98% graduation rate, and we meet all those benchmarks for placement, successful placement of our students. We follow that up a year later, and we say, are you still employed? No, I went back to school. Great, what are you in school for? So again, that's another metric. At time of graduation, 1 year follow-up, we do on that. We instill in them also the responsibility to give back, such as Town Administrator Ruta talked about it. Community service projects are the best. They come out and they do real live work. We can mirror everything within our school as close to real life, but they're still surrounded by, their peers and this and that. Going out to a job, they're getting a customer's, perspective. What are your needs? What are your wants? What are your desires? What's your budget? And they work on that. So every one of our community projects, they're working with town inspectors, even our house build project every year. They're working with the wiring inspector, the building inspector, and all of that. So they're getting real world experience on all of that. That helps lower our costs because the customer is paying for the material that they're going to cut and use and give back. So we do, and I appreciate your recognition. This year was an extremely hard budget process because we had to bring it down by $1 million. So we're paring down in some of our categories, but we know the commitment to our towns. We knew if we come here, having come here a number of years, we know how tight it is for all of our communities. So to stay within that minimum local contribution, even though it goes up, call the DLR on that one. The municipal revenue growth factor has a bearing on that, and inflation. We know how important it is to stay within that so that, we can do what we do on it.
So just one point to Mr. Chair. I was just hit me. Somebody asked me not too long ago, there's no legacy in the lottery, right? If someone already has children in the school, there's no way to get the second child in.
No way. It's strictly random assignment. So that online admissions process, it really streamlined this process because every student is assigned a unique identifier. If you have somebody in it, it's like a L300, and then 3 more digits on that. So we have to keep it confidential. Most, again, 98% of all students got 3 tickets, so they get 3 lottery allotments, and those numbers are randomly generated. And then they just run it, and the computer just randomly selects them. And then it sorts them by town code, DESI town code, so we have our 10 towns. So if Charlton had 123 applications and we only took, I don't want to misstate anything, 33 for Charlton, it sorts all 123, lowest to highest. And then at 33, we draw the line. So everybody 33 and above gets, immediately that night, got an acceptance letter. They have 15 days to respond whether they accept that. 38. 38 is the line. They have 15 days to tell us whether they want to attend Bay Path or politely decline on that. And then 39, if we get one decline, 39 gets an acceptance letter, and that sets the wait list going forward on that.
Thank you.
Any other questions from Board of Selectmen?
Oh, that's pretty thorough.
Any questions from FAA?
Yes. Where can we view the slideshow that you presented? Because we don't have a hard copy of that.
Oh, we can get you a copy of that. The overall, you'll have all 10 towns in there. We take out all the other ones. Is available on our website as well, because we had a public hearing first of the month on that. So you can get it on the website as well.
And what's your website?
I think it's just baypath.net, right? Baypath.net.
Any other questions from the FAA? you open it up otherwise?
Yeah. I'm all set.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Have a
you.
great
Thank you,
evening.
folks.
Next is town clerk.
Good evening. What's that?
Yeah.
Did you, I'm not sure if you want me to go over my budget that you have in front of you, or just answer questions that you have on it.
How about any highlights or lowlights that you want to bring?
Okay, well, I know the first question is going to be, why did it go up to 24%? That's
Good
because
question.
last year it was 1 election, this year it's 3 elections. I did go through all of our contracts, put what those had gone up for. So those are the exact amounts that it's going to be for next year. Poll pads, if you'll notice on that, we had the price per poll pad, plus there were upgrades. We have 3 poll pads that need to be upgraded because they can no longer suffice and work with any of the upgrades that are going to be necessary for the elections, the upcoming elections. So that was $2,040 for that. I think those are the big changes that we have on that.
Any questions from the Board of Selectmen? Any questions from the FAA?
No. No.
Mr. Sullivan?
I'm good, sir.
Oh,
Why not, just say?
I saw it.
Why not?
All right. Thanks, Lori.
Okay, thank you very much.
Fire, please.
Good evening. All right. So I don't have line numbers. You don't have line numbers up there either, do you? So from my name all the way down to 5124, those are all contractual increases per union contract. The four next individuals are coming off the grant in January, so we have to pick up the cost for that. And then there's a few more contractual agreements a little further down, a couple, 2/3 of the way down, and then almost near the bottom. And all the expense lines were level funded from last year, no increase. In fact, actually, I took 5,000 out of one of the lines and reduced it. So I guess I'll answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions from the Board of Selectmen?
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Sullivan?
Chief, I know you and I have spoken before, but can you speak a little bit about the benefit of having the extra guys, how it helps with the call time, response time, staffing?
Well, it's not extra guys, it's the current
Grant.
staffing level we have, and I did forget to mention that so far this year, our call volume's up about 250 calls over last year, so, and we do about 2,600 calls a year between fire and EMS. So, I mean, right now with the staffing level we have, we're still giving away calls to Webster and some of the other surrounding communities, which is a revenue loss because they take the billing if they come in and do it. So, I mean, I know we go mutual aid to other towns too, but I mean, if you reduce the staffing level below what it is now, it'll be even worse. So, I mean, we can't keep up with the calls we have now at the current staffing level.
Sorry, I should have phrased it differently. That's the answer I wanted. I know, like we talked, I know the call volume's up. It's warranted to have those guys continue. Thank you.
Any questions from the FAA?
Yeah, the four you were talking about, was it 5125 through 5129?
Yeah, whatever the,
Yeah, the ones that are 35, 34, 37. Are we splitting the cost of those, or are they part-time?
no, those are full-timers. They were covered on the grant for 3 years, 100%.
I think the question to
Pay
the
and
chair,
benefits, the grant's ending.
in the half the year the grant ends, so we're picking up the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just saying, they look grossly underpaid at 35, that's.
Yeah, because it doesn't start till halfway through the next fiscal year.
Okay.
I'll be asking for the same amount the following year to make it a whole year.
Okay, that makes more sense, because I'd be like, give these people a raise.
Any other questions?
Yes. So firefighter SPAL, FY '25 was around 95,000, and FY '26, 67,000, but now it's going up 38,000. Is that one of the people
Wait
that
a
was
minute,
covered by a grant?
Where are we?
Your deputy chief.
He's the deputy chief.
He got promoted. I believe.
5118.
Okay.
What's that?
5118's the account number. It ends in 5118.
Yeah, correct. He's a deputy chief. He is not part of the grant. He's under a separate, he has his own contract with the town.
Okay, thank you.
He's a salary employee, not an hourly employee.
And then the other person that dropped a lot was last name Buck. Dropped 28,000, and this was line item
Well, it
5120.
increased from FY '26 to FY '27, but the previous 2 fiscal years, that was an officer's position, and it was replaced by a firefighter's position, so it's a lot lower pay scale.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so Chief, the account stays the same.
Right, the name just changes, so,
That's what
Position
confused
might
us.
change.
yeah.
We see it, and we don't.
But back when we were going through our problems with the override,
Down here.
some of those old names were still in there and people were questioning it, so we made sure it was updated with the correct names to the correct account number.
Any other questions for the fire chief?
Mr. Chair, before the chief gets done, I think we should bring up the extraordinary costs that we've had this year, and the chief's been trying to make a lot of things work with a lot less money. We've had some extraordinary costs. At the fire department, we lost the heat when it was 20 below zero.
Yeah, we lost
Those
the
kind of-
backflow preventer to the water main, which I already paid. And just we're overspent on overtime already, which happens every year, because if it gets busy and people come on callbacks and we're filling in for people who are out for whatever reason, it's just how it's happening. And we've had a pretty big increase in call volume this year too, as I stated earlier.
So if I summarize that, it's no staff increases, but call increases with the same staff, so therefore overtime.
Correct.
Is that the-
Mr. Chairman? Did I hear you correctly when you said you usually have 2,500 calls a year and you're up 250 calls?
So far, I obviously haven't been able to do it for a whole year, but just what we mapped out so far, we're up it was 250 something.
So a little over 2 months of the year, you're already up 10% more than what you would be.
Fiscal year, right?
I mean, like I said, if it's EMS, we're collecting the billing for it too, so you gotta keep in mind, the billing is also up.
Yeah,
I mean, indirectly, 50% of my budget is being paid through ambulance receipts.
You're on track to have like 60% overall, if this keeps up the whole year
Yes,
with the same people.
yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions? No? Thanks, Chief.
Yep.
Thanks, Chief.
Administration.
Okay. Nothing much exciting in my budget, Mr. Chairman. We have contractual obligation with my salary increase. We budgeted, but haven't awarded merit yet for Olivia and her increase. You'll notice that conservation planning clerk, zoning license and inspection clerk have pretty much remained level funded. We're still working, those are union positions, so we're working through those amounts. What else? In grant and project design, I always like to remind everybody of this every year. There's a cost associated with applying for grants, but it's a cost that we really realize when we get those grants. Like, for example, we're proposing a level funded amount of $136,000, and we've taken in over $2 million in grants in the last year. Those are the costs of hiring someone to prepare the scope and do any of the site work that might be necessary to make it a shovel-ready, attractive grant application. So that's been pretty important to us. This year, we just brought back a planner that we're sharing with Blackstone, which is great because he's helping us administer the grants that we have. We're not, at this point, in a position where we can overextend ourselves and put in too many more additional applications because we just can't manage it. We've been pretty successful in getting the grants. But we like to have that amount of money in case something comes up and we can use it towards replacing the HVAC on this roof, for example, or improving our roads through the Complete Streets program, that type of thing. All of that requires engineering and a lot of preparation work to make those applications attractive. Other than that, we're pretty much level funded in that budget. I haven't increased it much. I think when we go up in legal, maybe. We went up a little in legal. But there aren't any really major increases. It's an increase of $2,426,000 over the previous year, giving for a total of $774,927 for the request.
Any questions from the Board of Selectmen? I'll ask a question. Same question you mentioned with the fire chief. Any expenses that were wildly unexpected or problematic?
Well, honestly, I asked the fire chief to mention some of the extraordinary expenses that he had this year, because I believe at the end of the year we may have some money coming from administration. I'm going to ask the FAA and the Board of Selectmen to transfer to help cover some of the expenses with his HVAC issue and so forth. So those are extraordinary expenses that hopefully we can use any surplus money that might exist in this year's budget towards. Other than that, it's been pretty right on.
Any other questions from the Board of Selectmen? FAA, any questions for the town administrator? Waited till Brian left the room. All right, no questions from FAA? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Municipal expenses.
That's me too, Mr. Chairman. Again, if you look at the FY26 budget and the request, the largest increase has been the Webster dispatch assessment, which is generally based on call volume. So it's going from 269,252 to 317,881. I received an email today to try to get a meeting together from the Director of Dispatch with Webster, our partners in Webster, and see if we may want to, if the Executive Board may want to consider using some reserve funds to offset that increase. So we'll see what happens with that. That increase that they're requesting may actually go down a little bit, but that's the most substantial increase that we have in the municipal budget.
Any questions from Board of Selectmen?
Just on a follow-up, Mr. Chair, John, if you can just talk a little bit about the funding that we got from the state with the dispatch center. I believe didn't change. We didn't get reduced.
Right, there's a grant fund that we get from the Executive Office of Public Safety that helps replace equipment and so forth, and that amount hasn't changed year over year. We were hoping this year it would change a little bit to offset some increased costs, but it didn't. So that's why we want to go back and take a look at the reserve amounts again.
This is where I ask a difficult question. What's the break-even point if we're doing it ourselves? I know that's a question that comes up.
With the fire chief and the police chief at the other side of the room looking at me, we're about at the break-even point. I think the break-even point is they're not Dudley employees. Our dispatchers are not Dudley employees. We don't have to worry about any major equipment malfunctions because it's a regional problem as opposed to a Dudley-centric problem. So that's addressed by a director. We would never have a director over here if it were just Dudley. It would default back to the already overtaxed public safety departments to try to manage it. So that's a benefit. So I think we're about at the break-even point, if not a little bit ahead of the curve. And there's always the option of additional towns coming in, and we're working on that constantly, try to make that happen.
Any questions from the FAA?
Mr. Chair,
No.
sorry. I just want to touch on what John just said. Sitting in on the meetings, I think if we go back to your question about break even, if we ever were to start over, just the cost of the equipment alone would be astronomical. And again, maybe we can bring Director Linsky in to brief the board and the public at one point, and trying very proactively to get that, everyone talks about that third town, the magic bullet, let's get that third town. Very proactively out looking for it, and meeting resistance in some of those towns that are possible partners with us. And again, Director Linsky can come in and talk about it too. We have some of those towns that we thought might part, like Southbridge, for example, wants to stay on their own. Other towns further out from us are forming or joining another group. So it's very difficult to get that third town. More difficult than I would think. Not if I wasn't at the meeting, you would think in Oxford, for example, is like right there. At Douglas, right there. And there's some resistance in certain towns. We're just having other problems. I think we can bring it, touch on it if people, after the budget season, we kind of settle down.
Any other questions? Fine. Thank you. Highway.
There's too many changes there, except for union raises. Yeah, I didn't bring it with me tonight, so I can't see it.
Lean into the mic a little.
I'm trying to think what else is on that.
Thank you.
It's not really anything else. We went up a little bit on our fuel fuel, and I did a $10,000 for tires. It would be a revolving account. Right now, tires and stuff are so expensive. Right now, I need tires on one of our loaders. It's going to be around $18,000 just for tires for the loader. Truck tires are $500-600 a piece for dump truck tires. I just don't have it in my budget for them, so that's why we did it. Years ago, they used to have a revolving fund on the tires that just revolved. If we didn't use it all, it went from year to year. Right now, I'm probably negative on my fuel as of this date, because winter is so bad, and now the fuel prices are at $5 a gallon as of today. So I have no idea what we're gonna do for fuel, so, it's not really too many other, increases in it that I believe.
So, Town Administrator, fuel is not included in the snow extra expenditure or not?
No.
It's not, it's hard to break it down based on, because you'd literally be down to trying to split up 24-hour periods.
That's what I was wondering. 'cause
Yeah, it's almost impossible to keep, because if you were to a storm now, but then 2 hours later you're fixing potholes, it's impossible to, like keep track of it or anything like that. This year we had a lot of breakdowns of storms. A couple $5,000, $6,000 bills. We had a transmission go on a backhoe. It was $58,000 for a transmission. So we did put in for one more truck driver laborer. I'm just really short-handed right now on guys too. So.
Any questions for MJ?
Tried to keep it to bare minimum as much as possible.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, again, I feel like a broken record sometimes when we talk to our department. It's more with less. That department epitomizes it probably more than every department in town. It's full-time staffing. I mean, you can see it right in here.
Yeah.
Town our size, we don't even have a budgeted highway foreman.
Right now I'm working with four guys.
We don't have a budgeted highway foreman to help MJ with management and administrative. I know guys down there have stepped up, filled the role. They help a lot, but the last storm was, as we all know, colossal. The road's probably the best they've ever been. Not ever been.
I mean, we got a good crew, and I got a good part-time crew that come in. They use the town equipment. Part-timers, they're really good. I mean, for what we had to work with, I did the best I could.
I mean, they're out there now patching and stuff. It's just amazing what people really. The override didn't fail a couple of years ago. Nobody wants to beat that drum anymore, I guess. But again, the size of the town, the size town we have, the amount of miles we have, very easy. People can go online and look at other towns. We're doing it at probably 70% of what similar sized communities fund their department at. So I just, again, MJ and his staff and the part-timers that come in the same as his guys do. It's a blizzard. They're driving in to help get our roads safe for our people. So thank you, MJ.
Any questions from the FAA?
I think they did an amazing job this winter.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, it was a rough winter.
It really was.
Brian, you had
I'm
something?
just curious about the snow removal cost. Because of how bad this winter was, I thought it would be.
It's
Well, let's
overspent it. Yeah,
We can put it up. Can you put up the?
we overspent quite a bit on it this year. I had to buy salt quite a bit this year.
It's significantly overspent.
Yeah.
And Olivia's going to
It's
put
only
the.
like 5 or 10 more here, so I assume
It's significantly
it'll track
overspent.
later.
No, this is what it was. Yeah, I mean, salt prices are up. We're in 1,500 ton of salt right now.
No, it's more about the number of times you've had to come out. I would have expected more.
Yeah, I mean, I had some long storms. There was a lot. These small storms were long duration storms, which eat up a lot of product.
Yep.
Eat up a lot of salt. A lot of hours, a lot of overtime.
Yeah.
It's worse than the big ones sometimes.
Mr. Chair, just a quick question too, MJ. I saw you in the town hall about 10 days, 2 weeks ago. You just gotten I think 200 tons
Yes.
of salt, right? And what was the cost for the 200 tons?
Me 5,000, I think.
There you go, right there. 200 tons.
20,000. I got 300 ton, and then I had to get an extra 200 ton because I've been trying to, do small increments when I can get it. Also, I was having a hard time getting it.
Crazy.
I was running really low. There was no supply. So.
Any other questions for?
I'm curious, how much is a backhoe?
How much is a backhoe?
Yeah, I'm not suggesting.
Probably $200,000.
200, okay.
at the time, it wasn't supposed to cost $58,000 to repair it. As it was supposed to be like $25,000. And they had the machine for 8 months, and it ended up being $58,000 when they were all said and done, because they found a lot more stuff wrong with it. Because I would have never fixed it.
So I just missed it.
So you're reviewing the ROI calculations, like,
Yeah,
to ensure
exactly. This, you know,
that the replacement is hard to get. And
some of our dump trucks are getting up. You know, we have a couple old dump trucks that are really getting rough too. So
Not the last two dump trucks we got at the same time.
yeah, those are 22s, but we have a 2000, so that's 26. We have a 2001, so it's 25 years old. For big dump trucks that are still in service that we use pretty much every day. So
When they retire, they're gonna get the gold watch. Wow.
yeah, they're like I said, we got some. So
They have 8 tracks in there.
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean,
All right, any last questions? Hearing none.
I'll just mention, Mr. Chairman, if I could, that Olivia's put up on the big screen, the overage on snow and ice. That's the one that we generally vote to overspend and then put it on the recap sheet and recover from free cash the following year. It's about 80 grand overspent.
Where in most years it's a third of that.
yeah, I mean,
Just to give an idea of how much they've been hammered this year.
Knock on wood, hopefully we're done.
and
Yeah.
this year I did have some little bit of sand and salt left over from years before that I mixed in here and there, just to try to keep it down. And you know, I mean, I don't like to use too much of it because with the storm water and stuff, it's just you got to clean it up and everything else. So, but I was mixing a little bit of that in too. So, but I had that from we had that from 5-6 years ago that we had stockpiled. So that was stuff I didn't use too, because it would have been a lot higher, because I would have been using more salt.
The briner work well for you?
It does. You got to use it in certain.
No rain.
Yeah, you can no rain. You know, certain things you have to use it as. We've been trying different things with it. Me and my mechanic went through a class, and we've been trying different things with it. So.
All right, anyone else? No? All right, thank you.
Thanks.
MJ?
Town Administrator's Report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just wanted to bring up that I circulated a schedule of department heads and boards that outline the key dates leading up to the May annual town meeting. March 16th, the Board of Selectmen will vote to open the annual town meeting warrant, and we're going to also take a vote on the health insurance. I appreciate everybody making a special effort to schedule that extra meeting, but it is a time constraint. We're going to meet on the 16th with our IAC. They'll vote a recommendation, we'll bring it to the Board of Selectmen that night, and we'll ask you to take a vote so we can move forward with whatever they decide to recommend, and whatever the board decides to approve. We have another joint meeting on March 23rd with the FAA, and I'm hoping at that meeting we'll be able to wrap up all the budget requests, and we can move forward with recommendations and see where we stand with revenues. So the revenues will be available on March 23rd at that meeting, so we'll have a better idea as to how we balance. March 25th is a deadline for all departmental warrant articles. This is different than the deadline for articles for the warrant by citizen petition. Those will close a week later after the board hopefully votes it. We also have April 13th reserved as a backup meeting date. If there are any additional votes that need to be taken, April 13th is basically our deadline to be able to post that warrant in time, get it legally reviewed, and put it out. So, like I mentioned, the warrant will open to citizen petitions on March 25th at 9 a.m. Citizen petitions will close April 6th at 9 a.m. Coming up on the 19th, March 19th, is going to be a training for committees, boards, appointed and elected, open meeting law and public meeting ethics training. It's going to be right here in this room on March 19th at 6:30, and that'll be given by KP Law, and I really encourage board members appointed and elected to show up and kind of get updated legally. We don't do that very often. The last time we did it was in 2020, I think, just before COVID. And I think it's important that from time to time we take a step back and listen to the legal people as to how to proceed, because the boards have been changing over pretty regularly.
Yeah, especially with a bunch of new people involved, right?
Right.
What are the rules of the road?
That's right. And I believe Olivia's going to send out her ethics training, which comes from the city. Okay, it's been sent. That's that online training that we take every other year. So if they haven't taken it yet, it's important that you take that and make sure you're up to date on your ethics requirements. Town has been notified Dudley has been awarded $204,195 through the DOER Green Communities Competitive Grant Program. These funds will support energy-efficient projects, including the hybrid heat pump on the rooftop of this town hall. That's going to be a multi-year project. They're very expensive to replace. Walk-in cooler controls at the Mason Road School, and some air sealing improvements at Mason Road School. We always like to bring up the fact that we strive to get someone else to pay for stuff, particularly through available grant funds whenever possible. It's very, very costly to replace the HVAC system in this building, but it's definitely ready to happen. So we appreciate CMRPC working with us to get that green community funding. And that's all I have, Mr. Chairman, for this week.
Motion to accept.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
4-0. Department communication. Rich. Treasure collector.
Good evening. I'll keep it brief. All the excise bills and the water sewer bills that were due last week are past due. So if you're not finding them online, it's because we're at that point. The pink bills would be the next notice to come up. Do appreciate that the board is going to have a meeting on the 16th for health insurance. Again, if we need more information, whether it's generally or a primer on the health insurance, please contact the office. I think there's a very competitive renewal. Your superintendent had mentioned it briefly, navigated some rough waters, but the trust has been able to come back with something that's should be suitable moving forward. Again, really can't control the rest of the world as far as the increases in costs, but different set of eyes on things, so look forward to the future. Other than that, thank you.
Thank you, Rich. MJ, anything else? Chief?
Just real quick, last week we were notified by the state that we received over $72,000 grant for the body worn camera system. So this was a couple of years in the making. Our technology is a little bit behind. We were able to get a grant to update our server last year, well this year, and we applied for the grant. It was one of the last grants available. So our department's going to try to implement the camera system hopefully by August. And also our animal control officer, Ed Hart, I know there was something on Facebook the other day regarding a raccoon call. Ed is 15 hours a week. He does the best he can with the 15 hours. He's gone out to wildlife calls in the past, and this time he was not unable to respond to a call, but it's not one of those calls that he would completely disregard. So I just want to make sure I set things straight that our animal control officer is one of the best for the money we're paying him, and he would not neglect an animal out there. So I just want to set things clear on that. Other than that, that's all I got tonight.
Thanks, Chief. Town accountant?
No, I think he said he was calling Sarah.
I'll just take a quick minute. I wanted to let the FAA know that if you have questions with the spreadsheets that I prepared or any other, just feel free if you want a side analysis or anything. I'm available. Cash has been posted for January. I did it last week, and I'm in the process of reconciling the general ledger accounts. Hopefully we can get February posted pretty quick too. We're a little later than I shoot for the middle of the month to get the cash posted, but we've had a lot going on. So that's about it. Busy with trying to estimate the receipts, the cash for 27, and the more money we have posted, the better we'll have to gauge as we project forward. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We lose some?
ATA.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. I was looking for fire chief. No one else? All right. Board member comments. Mr. Signevich.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Mr. Sullivan.
Just want to say, Mr. Chair, a lot of good stuff tonight. The Recreation Committee, very active. I know the Board of Health going to step in and help with a lot of these things also. Again, Recreation, Board of Health, people don't get paid for that. They show up and they make the town a special place to live and have involvement, so I think a lot of good stuff tonight, and I did a great job stepping up for Jan. I know she could sleep well tonight when you took over. Thank you.
I second what Mr. Sullivan said, but also on Thursday night, I'm excited to attend with John and Olivia and others, the CMRPC meeting to learn a little bit more about what that partnership is and how we can continue to leverage those partnerships to the betterment of the community.
Thank you. I have nothing tonight. Thank you for being kind to the acting chair tonight.
No need for the gavel.
I had the gavel ready, just in case shenanigans ensued. Motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
So moved in a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Wrap it up.
Does the FAA have to do anything, or they good?
They could move to adjourn.
Oh, it's,
I make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Aye.